Hello. Um, I just wanted to say, I just want to, I woke up a little bit earlier, and I just wanted to say, thank you to all my subscribers that come in, the super mods and any other mod that I have made, um, because I appreciate you all, and um, that's really the main topic, um, because I noticed that somebody unsubbed my channel when I woke up, and I hope it's the person that I'm thinking of. Uh, but anybody else that if I said something wrong in my streams or anything that subbed my channel, unsubbed it, I apologize. I mean, it's just what I always say is we all have our own journey. So if we don't always have to agree on every single thing, right? So I noticed that somebody unsubbed my channel, so I'm hoping it's the person that I think it is. I'm not going to say that person's name, uh, but if it is, then I'm happy because now I don't have to deal with that person coming in here anymore, or in my life for that matter. Which she wasn't really ever in my life anyway. I've never met her in person, and I'm pretty sure you're getting the drift of what I'm talking about. So, yeah. So anyway, so yeah. So I'm thinking like I was checking the temperature for the next couple of days, and I'm thinking maybe Saturday at some point uh in my Forever Love. Wait a minute, you've just joined my stream. Wow. Good to see you. I'm glad you're joining. I know who you are, or I've seen you on David Banner's channel. So I'm gonna go ahead and make you a mod. I know who you are. You're a good person. So yeah, you're a truther. Anybody that I trust always becomes a mod. So thank you for joining. Yeah. So now you're a mod. Um, and I just to be curious, and I don't feel indifferent, but I always ask anybody who comes in to the stream or my channel. I always ask them if they come in for the first time, where are you from? So you're not alone. So I'm asking you, Forever Love, where are you from? If you don't mind me asking. I'm doing very well. Yeah, I posted a video of me from the Netherlands. Okay, all right. Yeah, there's somebody else from the Netherlands that I met on David Banner's channel. I don't know if it was you or maybe it's another person. But yeah, Netherlands. Yeah. See, Forever Love. Most of my truther friends are from other Vertec. Okay, Vertec is Dutch too. Okay, yeah, Vertec. We've known each other for years. So yeah, I've talked to Vertec. Verbally talked to him. He's a really cool guy, real good truther. In fact, he taught me a lot of things. Uh, you know, uh, but good. How's everything in Dutchland in the Netherlands for you? Is everything working out okay for you? Just curious, because for me, it's kind of been up and down, right? But as I've spoken out on my live streams and on I posted a video about my camping trip. So I call it a camping trip, but I really should call it a survival trip because at some point I'm gonna go into survival mode. So weather's getting better and I'm getting better too. Then good for you because I was sick for like 2 days straight. I mean, I was throwing up, coughing, like I couldn't eat anything, and it was just horrible, right? But finally, I built up enough strength to be able to get out and walk, even though I was still kind of exhausted just by walking a certain amount. But yeah, weather has a lot to do with it, right? About how it affects your immune system and how it affects your health, right? And I always talk about that because uh, when your temperature goes low, I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but I know that when your temperature goes lower, thank you, Forever Love. Thank you so much for your support, and I support you too. So, like I'm saying, is that when your temperature goes down, your immune system isn't that well. You know, it your immune system goes down too, and that's how people get sick, right? So, or get sick easier unless you have underlying symptoms of something else. So, yeah, so I'm happy that your health is doing better and doing much better, and that's good. Me too. That's why I built up enough strength to see Forever Love. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little recap of what I'm doing here. So, and I've shown this in my other live streams, right? So this is a little bit heavy. I'm gonna probably drop some things in here. This is my backpack, right? I'm definitely gonna change the water bottle. I don't like this water bottle anymore. I'm gonna just pull it out, throw it in the garbage. Um, I'm gonna put another one, my favorite one, which is in the fridge right now. And then I have in this backpack. Let's see. Yeah, let me top down. So in my backpack, I have. Let's see, where do I have anything in this small? No. So I'll open it up just real quick. Open up the main one, and I'll pull out something that I think will make you interested. Okay, first, this is a raincoat. Uh, yeah, a little prep bag, right? This is a raincoat or a rain top and a rain bottom when it rains. They call it frog logs or whatever it means. Um, and I don't remember. I think it only cost me like 15 or 16 US dollars. And then this is a fishing kit, right? I bought this pretty cheap. So I'll just pull it out real quick. I've shown this in the past, my other live streams in the beginning when I first bought this. I'll unzip it real quick. So here are some fishing lures I bought. I have of course. Yeah. And then in this little box right here, I'm not going to open it because as you can hear, there's hooks, there's other fishing lures, there's weights that you can put in your. I mean, I'll open it real quick. I think it's protected actually with another. Yeah. So you can see here are different other. There's hooks in here. Sorry, the light is sort of here are the weights down here. These are the hooks, other hooks. These are lures. Supposedly, I think these are lures too, because they're bright, right? And it sort of catches the fish's eye. So there's all kinds of little different things you can hook onto your fishing pole. And I'll pull out the fishing pole real quick, but I'm not gonna really open it up too much because it's retractable. So so here's the fishing pole, right? So it pops in, right? So you can, that's why it makes it compact, but you can pull it out as long as you want. So it pulls out, pulls out, pulls out. You can pull out as long as you want it, right? So it's like, it can get really, really long, right? Depending on how big of a fish you want to catch. If you don't want to catch that big of a fish, which right now I'm not. So you can go with something like this, or like a smaller fishing pole, and there's ways of locking it in by twisting, each side, and then you can just retract it this way, put it back in. And I have a reel, which it's kind of, I don't want to pull it out too much because see the string comes out and it starts, I had to cut it a few times, the fishing line, and I have to retwist it onto this, back onto the reel. So I'll put it back in, And then let's see, so you can see it's like it's really, and it locks, right? It locks in like that. When this is down, then it's open for me to fish. When I go like this, that means I caught a fish, and I can lock it so that the fish doesn't, so that the reel doesn't keep going, right? Or the line doesn't keep going. So that's why I have it locked right now, so it doesn't move, that doesn't move at all. And then I have in this kit I have a light, sort of a lighter, right? It's like one of those barbecue lighters where you see, so it turns on, right? And then that's why I can easier way of I have two of them, right? I bought a nice little, it wasn't expensive at all. I'm gonna put this back in. I just wanted to show you real quick, Forever Love. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I used to go fishing a long time ago when I was a kid. So then I have a tent in here. I'm not gonna pull that out because it's such a struggle to pull it out and put it back in. Put all this back in. Uh, so, but I already know the place that I'm gonna start doing it. I'm thinking of Saturday, but I'm not sure. I'm not gonna name the place or the exact name, but it should be interesting. I already explored it. I've already been there anyway a long time ago, but I explored it yesterday afternoon, and I fished there when I was a kid or when I was younger, and they've killed a lot of trees there. They really chopped down a lot of trees, which is kind of weird why they did that, but I don't know. Hopefully, they don't build a property there. Hopefully, I was thinking maybe they're gonna try to build a property there, which would be strange because that is, I'm very sure that parking, that I'm sorry, that public park is it's not state owned, but it's owned within the city of where I live. Yeah, I don't tell anyone because I don't see, the thing is I don't want people to start, oh, Ricardo's here, he's right there right now, and I just, I trust you all, but I don't want to dox myself. I don't know if they're, see, the thing is, I know there's trolls that come into different channels, and I was a mod in a lot of other different channels, or am a mod in a lot of different channels. And if you dox yourself, so to speak, meaning if you document yourself of who you are and where you live, they start either just coming after you, or if they're trolls, they start exposing you, and however they lie about who you are and what you're doing and everything. So I don't want to do that. Uh, but yeah. So anyway, I'm really kind of excited about this. Um, oh yeah, the other thing is I bought a little flashlight like this, so that if when I'm in the dark, when I'm living in my tent at night, and so they have like a side flashlight, and then they have, obviously you can turn it off, and they have like four different kind of lights that you can use on this. And the way you recharge it is just by plug, instead of buying a battery or batteries, you just plug it into your cell phone adapter or a charger, and it charges that way, which I was doing all last night. So it's fully charged right now. So I want to make sure I keep this close, because the last one I bought just like this, I lost it. I don't even know how I lost it. So yeah, don't tell anyone. They do anything that everywhere. It's because trees protect you from the towers. Got a detector. It's really true. Yeah, trees get yeah, towers, right. Um well, the other thing about towers is like there's cell towers, right? um, there's cell towers where the thing is, like, at some point, I'm not even going to carry my phone or my laptop. It's just going to be me and the wilderness. That's it. And I'm in survival mode. I'm not going to have anybody around. I'm not going to ask for any help. It's going to be once I get to that point where I'm like, I'm on my own now, and I'm gonna just. I have like a certain area or a certain direction that I want to go in, which I'm not gonna expose or tell. So yeah, Zeus God, hey brother, Zeus God is a super mod in here. So I made Zeus God a super mod because a super mod means that you're a manager on my channel, so you can sort of you're even above other regular mods, so you can you know manage them too if you want to. So far, everyone, in my opinion and my very good opinion, everyone in here has been really good. So all the mods, I make people mods in here because I trust you guys, trust all of you, men, women, whoever come in. So yeah, Zeus Scott, how are you, brother? You're from Scotland, right? Or you are Scottish, right? Oh yeah, thank you, brother, or whoever you're talking to. Zeus Scott, he is a cool guy. We were talking to, yeah. Thank you for being cool. So yeah. So hope all is well with you, Zeus Scott. Hope all is well with you over there where you're at. So I've been on. I did a live stream last night. I was quite a bit tired, so maybe sometimes I was like my voice was raspy and I was trying to stay awake, and I think I was incoherent, but but I was trying to explain my journey of where I'm going. Uh, yeah, Forever Love came in for the first time. I've never seen him before, and I made him a mod. So he was the first person that joined my stream. So he says he's from the Netherlands, so that's good. Doesn't matter where you're from, as long as you're either a truther or trying to go down that path of finding truth or figure out that you've been lied to, and then say, hey, this is the path I want to go now because I know I've been lied to. So that's been my journey in life, you know. So yeah, good to see you all. So yeah, good. Um yeah, right. Music Realm is in the house. Look at that. Music Realm. Yeah, Music Realm is somebody that I remember from David Banner's channel, and I know I've seen him in other channels. And basically he's a musician. Brendan, right? That's his name, Brendan. Uh yeah. He loves music, and what I always say, and I love music too. What I always say is music brings people together. And so, Music World, welcome again. He's been in here multiple times. So good to see you, brother. Yeah. At dentist and much. You're really at the dentist right now? That's kind of weird, man. Are well, you can't. Sue's got 7:30 a.m. drive. Wow. Durham. Where are you from again, Music Realm? Durham. Where's Durham? I'm trying to remember. Durham, is that England or is that I think that's England. I'm not sure. I've heard that city before, or that area. If not, it's okay if you don't want to mention it. It doesn't matter. It's fine. You're always welcome here and everywhere else. Like David Banner's channel, you're always welcome there too. So it's cool. Yeah, so it sounds like everyone's in good spirits, and I am that makes me happy. That makes me happy to hear that because I'm in good spirits right now. Um, Tomorrow, I'm definitely going to go out for a walk. Tomorrow, it's going to still be a little bit chilly, like it was yesterday. I'm in by Chicago, so it's Central Time in America here. Uh, Tomorrow, it's supposed to still be in the 30s. When I did my live stream or my video that I posted on my channel, it was like 38 or 39, whatever it said on the thing on the weather thing on my phone. It said it was like 38 or 39 degrees, but it felt colder. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But if if and I in my video that I posted, I remembered everyone else from other countries, and I remembered Celsius because in America we use Fahrenheit, right? So I thought it was like, wow, it's like got to be like 3 or 4 degrees Celsius or something like that. I said, I'm trying to convert it, uh, just off the top of my head. Durham is near Newcastle in UK. Okay, that's what I thought. I live in New Haven on the south coast. Okay, I heard of Durham before, and I think it was because of the Globe Light tour that I used to be a mod in many of those channels, um, but that's one of the reasons I know because a lot of the people there uh, they're from the UK. So this all because of what you are forever. Okay. Yeah. Uh, yeah. See the great thing, like, see, I'm in America, right? But it doesn't matter where we're from. We all have connected in some way because we all find truth and we all have connected with our own truth and we've become friends through either David Banner's channel or somebody else's channel and now my channel, which is, I and you all came in here. Maybe some people came in before I was introduced by David Banner, but still, it doesn't matter. We still have connected. So that's the wonderful thing about our journey as truthers. So 7.5 hour drive. Um, did Let me ask you something, Music Realm. Did you do it straight through, or did you take breaks, or like maybe to get gas or something? Because I've driven a 14 hour drive from by Chicago, by where I live, to North Carolina, and I didn't buy a hotel or anything, but I took multiple breaks because it was tiring, and I had to put refuel my gas. But I never like spent the night at the hotel at a hotel to like sleep. I was just trying to get there, you know. And so yeah, so it can be tiring. It can be tiring to drive 7, 8 hours, however long you did it. 7.5. That's Yeah. I understand what you're going, what you did, what you did. So yeah, but I'm glad you made it safe. So that's the main thing. As long as you made it safe, that's like number one, right? So yeah. So I get it. I don't like driving though. I'll be honest with you. But I was at, I'm never gonna do this again. But I went to the Flattoberfest. That was in North Carolina about 3 years ago, 2021. And one thing I talk about now is, and I've been on David Banner's channel, and I've been on his live stream. He opened up the panel and let me in, and I talked about how I'm never gonna pay or donate money to learn about flat Earth or about not about knowing that we don't live on a ball. Why would you pay? Why would you donate money? We all know the basics, right? We all know the basics that water finds its level. Water does not. I mean, the ball. There's no movement. We don't feel ourselves spinning. You know, unless you drink too much, if you drink, or unless you do too much, whatever you do, marijuana or something. That's the only way. But otherwise, this earth doesn't move. This place that we live in is stationary. You can call it flat Earth if you want. I call it flat Earth, but in the mainstream, when I've called it flat Earth, people start ridiculing me and they say, "Oh, you're a flat earther. Oh my God, you stupid idiot," and all this other stuff. And I'm like, and I stay as calm as I can because I'm like, "Well, do you know your own heliocentric model?" And they're like, what does that mean, heliocentric?" I was like, "See, this is how stupid people are." People just believe what they see on the vision. They can't think for themselves anymore. They can't say, wait, that doesn't seem right. They can't go back to their common sense, you know? And once it gets warmer, and I've said this before, but it's so cold right now, I can't sit out there with my laptop. Thank you, Zeus Scott. Thank you for saying that. Thank you, brother, because I'm trying to. And we all do it in our own way, just like all of you. And then I know David Banner puts out his lounge, and he does it in his way, and everyone has a different way of doing it. And I've spoken out in public, and trust me, I was ridiculed many, many times. And but you got to stay strong, man. You got to say, you know what? They're just brainwashed. They're so they're in such a pattern that they can't change. That's just, to me. That's I'm glad I crossed that shell. I broke through that shell and crossed over that fence. Said I was lied to. Once you do that, you look at people different. You look at everything different. You're like, wow, this is like a new place that I live in. The sun and the moon and water and just basic things that kids look at, right? Kids don't, when kids are born, they don't know anything, right? They don't know anything. They just believe what their parents tell them. They believe whatever the teacher tells them or teachers tell them. They believe whatever the TV tells them. And if they're religious, they believe whatever their religion tells them. If you're religious, that's fine. Just don't push it on me. I'm not religious, but there is a creator or creators. I don't know if there's multiple creators because where we live in is a creation. The sun was created, the moon was created, water was created, trees, flowers, animals, human beings. We are special. We didn't uh, come from a Big Bang theory. Like there was nothing, and all of a sudden it's infinite space, infinite planet. And I can go on for this forever. And it's just crazy how people stay in that pattern. I know it makes me. It just kind of sometimes it gets me sick to my stomach. And then when I get to that point where I'm like, I can't stand that anymore, I start speaking out. I mean, in public, I'll start be like, I'll like say, well, I'll question them. I'll start with questions. Like, why do you think you believe in a ball? Simple things like that. Oh, well, because somebody told me or so, whatever they say. Like, okay, well, then when I start saying, okay, so what is the circumference of the ball Earth that you believe in? They don't know. They start Googling. I saw people do this. They're like, oh, I don't know. So they go to Google. Oh, it's 24,900 miles. I was like, you just Google that, dude. You didn't even know it. And then At the end, when I get them, when I know I got them, they say, "Oh well, what does it matter?" Then I'm like, "I won." They lost. They gave up because then they start saying, "What does it matter?" What do you mean it? What does it matter? That's everything. That connects to all the lies that the government has told us, to the teachers, to the educational system, to the politics, the so-called politics, NASA, all the branches of the world government is what it is. Yeah, it's nuts, man. So yeah, make sure you stay on your truth or path, whatever truth. If you don't believe if you believe we live in a ball, then you really need to check yourself because man, I'm telling you the basics. I mean, water finds its level. That's it. Water cannot conform to a ball. That's one of the biggest basics, if not the biggest. There is no curvature. Once they tell you that the curvature is 24,100 miles in circumference, you should be able to measure that curvature every single mile, every 2 miles, every 3 miles. You should be able to measure that it's, because they say it's a ball, so it's per squared, meaning it's not just a straight line. That means it's per squared, meaning this side and that side, and this side and that side. So they should be able to measure, and it keeps expanding. It's crazy how people don't see it. You don't have to, have a high degree of education. You just have to have your common sense. That's it. That's simple. Give it give it all up to them. Yeah. Second word of me children after mama. Yeah. Hunger is the best sauce. Yeah. Hunger is the best sauce because when you're hungry about truth, it never stops. You keep eating the truth. Keep wanting more. Right. I think that's what you're trying to say. Sue Scott. Yeah, I totally understand. So I know it's a different time zone. For me it's over there or wherever you're at. For me it's 5 a.m. in the morning here. So I yeah, I was I pretty much haven't slept yet, and I'm still sort of wide awake. Um, so I thought I'd go on live for a little bit. 10 a.m. Yeah, but you're in Scotland, aren't you, or somewhere around Scotland? But you're 10 a.m. here. Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's still what is it today? Today is Thursday, so it's still Thursday, but it's in the morning for you. Yeah. Okay. Because I know there's people that come in here that I made a mod from Australia. I'm trying to remember that person's name, the username. And so they're like a day and a half ahead of me. I'm trying to remember that username. There's a couple. I've talked to people from Australia. So they're always like, as far as the time zone, they're always like a day and a half ahead of me. So it's officially offspring. Okay, good. All right. Ah, gosh. Yeah, I'm starting to yawn a little bit, so I think the sleep is starting to catch up to me now. Um, I haven't shaven in over a week, but I'm thinking I might not shave because if I'm gonna go through this journey, I want like my face to be protected from the cold. When it gets warmer, yes, I'm gonna shave everything off and cut my hair even shorter. In the meantime, let's see, where's that hat that I had on earlier? So I have this hat, right? Doesn't matter which way I put it on. The mark, it doesn't matter. I can put it on like this, and it just keeps me warm, right? And then I have so I have like this too as well. Earmuffs, right? To keep my head warm. And I think the beard, if I grow a beard long enough, it'll help keep my face warm, or at least around where my beard is. So I have gloves. I have like this, and I talked about this earlier. I have a raincoat or a rain jumpsuit, which is like, it's not a jumpsuit, but it's a rain top and a rain bottom. I did buy a sleeping bag that I'm gonna put in my tent, and I actually did try it out. I did open it up and try it out, and it is nice and soft. So that should help out with when I lay down and actually fall asleep. So, um, uh, one thing I didn't. Oh yeah, let me. Oh, one thing I. Let's see, where is it? Oh shoot! I'm sorry, guys. Oh, there it is. It fell over. Hold on. I'm gonna put this here for a second. All right. Okay. So one thing I talked about earlier was that I'm going to pull them both up just so you can see the visual of it. Where's the pocket for this? It's a little bit heavy, so I have to find out where it is. Oh, here it is. Okay. All right. So two things that I bought. Don't get scared, okay? There's an axe, and this is for chopping wood for when I want to build a fire. And the good thing is, oh shoot, it's starting to split apart here. This is the guard that it has, so I can touch my fingers with it in case. But when I pull it off, see how sharp it looks? It is, and I can feel it. I'm gonna barely touch it, but I can feel it already. I'm gonna cut myself if I touch it too strongly. So let me put this back so I can show you I wanted to show you guys the axe again for somebody who have maybe saw it or forgot about it. This is the axe I bought to chop wood to build a fire. I'm going to put this over here. And then I also bought for like, you see it now? Okay. And I've been watching videos about I watched the video yesterday about how this man who lives in the mountains, and I don't know what his accent is, but he says, when I heard him speak to his kids when he's feeding them the fish that he caught, and after he cooked them and he's feeding them or he served them, when he cut the fish, he had a serrated knife like this one. See, I'm going to pull out. This is the guard for it, right? And it's made out of plastic. Pull out the guard, right? And see, the serrated knife means it has teeth, if you didn't know that. So, and he takes the fins off the top, and then basically he doesn't even cut the head off or any tail or anything like that. He just literally puts the fish upside his belly and just starts cutting it in half, right? And then after he gets enough of the belly open, he takes his bare hand, because he was wearing gloves just to make sure he doesn't cut himself with his serrated knife. I'm gonna put this back here because I'm scared of cutting myself. So and he takes his bare hands and take all the guts out. And I don't know where he put them. He didn't show where he's putting them. And then Basically, he just splits the fish in half. Like it's like it almost looks like a butterfly, right? And and he does that. I think he caught about 12, 10 to 12 fish, something like that. I always get the number wrong. But he caught about that many fish, and he in a quick nutshell, he found like sticks that he used the serrated knife to sharpen pointy ends, like if it's like an arrow kind of thing, right? And then he posts them into the ground like evenly around, and then he puts each fish with the butterfly open, and then he puts coals and wood and turns the fire on, I think he poured butter on all of them. It was like a yellow substance. It appeared to be butter, but he didn't say what it was. And um, yeah, dead butterfly, right? And then he just let them cook, and then once they got nice and cooked, and I don't know how long he didn't say how long he cooked them for, and they had like a golden brown but somewhat burnt outside, so you could tell they were really nicely cooked. And when he served them, he peeled the skin off, right? Because he didn't serrate the skin off. He just once they were cooked, he just peeled the skin off when he served his kids or when he ate him. And they didn't even use utensils; they just used their fingers because it was so tender. I'm getting hungry now. What's wrong with me? It was so tender; they were just pulling it off with their fingers, and they were just like, and they were eating it. And he didn't use any spices; it was just the butter and a natural way that fish taste. And the thing is, I was trying to think, what kind of fish were those? Those were, I don't know what kind of fish they were. Hopefully, no, they didn't look, obviously were not carp because carps are garbage. They were like greenish white. So I don't know if they were bass or what they were. Trout, maybe large trout. But they looked really good. Yeah, fingers are best, especially when meat or like when fish are tender. Why use a fork or whatever? Just use your fingers. It's like just peel it right off, Just like take it right out and just eat it with your fingers. They didn't even have like napkins or anything. They were just eating, and it was a cool thing to see. So yeah, so that sort of inspired me because I thought of buying a pan, right? A pan to cook the fish in. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it his style. I'm gonna do it the way he does it. Once I build the fire, or once I stick the fish or fishes, or however many fish I want to catch, into the stick, the pointy stick that I'm gonna serrate or serrate it with my serrate knife to a pointy stick, and then stick it there, and then start a fire. I'll do it that way. That way, I don't have to spend more money on a pan. Plus, it's less weight for me to carry. You know. Wait, what did you say, Zeus got? Imagine an elephant with knives and forks. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but elephants don't eat humans. That's the thing. I'm off to my dentist nervously. Good to see you, Ricardo. Forever love, be well, and see you. Hey, listen, I'm not really scared of dentists, but a lot of people are, and it's okay. I think you should be all right. So don't worry. If he takes you through anesthesia, you're not gonna feel a thing, right? So whatever is going on with you, you should be good, man. You'll be fine. Don't worry. Our hearts will be with you, Brandon. Music realm. Don't worry. You'll be all right. Don't worry too much. Yeah, the people that I'm mostly scared of are doctors because I've been through surgery twice. Once for a broken leg, and once because Um, what was the other surgery? It was, oh, I had a colonoscopy. I'd never been through a colonoscopy, because I had a cancerous tumor in one of my two cancerous tumors in my intestines, in one of my intestines, along the same path, and they had to stick something up my butt, up my rectum, to snip it out. And I was like, "What are you gonna stick up my butt?" You know what I mean? And then they actually put me to sleep for 20. They said it's only gonna be 20 minutes, so don't worry, it's safe. It's a common thing. It's a common surgery. It's nothing to be scared of. I was like, I don't like anything up my butt, you know. So, it's but they were right though. They were right because I was like, when I woke up, I was like, is it over yet? They're like, yeah, it's over. You only were out for like 20 minutes. I was like, oh, good. But it still took me about a month to get over it because I still had. I don't want to gross you guys out, but I still had diarrhea and stuff, and it was just disgusting. Um, so yeah, dentist, I'm not worried that much about, but doctors, I am. Doctors with surgery, I don't want surgery anymore for the rest of my life. Hopefully, but you'll be okay, Brendan. Music realm, you'll be fine, brother. Get a whole lot of me. I know. When I heard that you're gonna stick a tube up my butt to snip this out, I was like, "What? What the hell you stick?" I don't like anything on the only thing I like from my butt is everything coming out, nothing going in, right? So that's what kind of freaked me out. It's like, what do you? So, but then after it was over, I was like, it was relieved because after about a month or so, or a little more than a month, I actually started feeling normal again. Because like I said, it was cancerous. But the good thing was it was benign, meaning it wasn't permanent. So all I had to do was snip it out, and then it's over. So I don't have to go through like chemo or anything like that. Like, oh yeah, chemo. I said chemo, which means if you don't know and everyone doesn't know, and you probably do, David Banner went through chemo, and he probably has to do it again. He's going through his own sickness, which is sounds like it's cancerous. So dangerous, man. That's why it's. I mean, I don't know. I'm scared of doctors, man. I'm scared of hospitals in general for that reason. You're the prettiest star forever. I'm gonna making an. I'm gonna. I know you can make jokes about it, but I went through it, man. It was scary. It was scary, man. But luckily, I survived, and it was cool. Uh, but a lot of people go through worse things than what I've gone through. So I guess I'm happy to still be surviving. Like I'm 50 years old. I'm going to be 51 in September, right? If I get there, let's say if I get there, I don't know what's going to happen between now and then. Um, that's what I always say. Like, when I've talked to young men or even women, and I remember a conversation I had with somebody that I work with. He was like a cocky, arrogant 26-year-old, and told him, "You never know when you're going to die," and he started laughing. And I was like, "Why are you laughing?" You know, and I said, "You know what?" I told him a real story where I said, I had a real good friend from school, and we were both in our 20s, and I met his sister and his younger sister, and his younger sister was in her teens. She died at 21 through a car accident, a tragic car accident. She was only 21. So that's why, like, why would you think that you're going to live forever? Nobody lives forever. Maybe in your spirit or in your heart, maybe, but in your flesh and body, you all die at some point, you know. Zeus Scott says the main chain supply for hospitals is pharmacy. Right. And I always say big farm because pharmacy is a business. It's not about, see, the magic word is cure. When does pharmacy cure you? They don't cure you. They just relieve the symptoms of whatever sickness you're going through so they can keep feeding you these pharmaceutical medications, so-called medications or drugs, which possibly make you even more sick. So pharmacy is just a disastrous thing, and I've gone through the same thing. I mean, I'm a diabetic. I have to take insulin, right? In fact, I took insulin earlier because my insulin was at like over 400, and I was like, if I don't take it, I'm like, I'm gonna go back to the hospital at some point. So it's like crazy, man. Yeah, big farm, man. Pharmacy is a business. So I totally agree with that comment, Sue Scott. Disaster capitalism, right? Capitalism, that's where it comes from. See, the thing about capitalism too is people always there's some people that say, oh well, I voted Democrat or I voted uh, you know Republican or one way or the other, whichever country you're from, and they say, oh well, the only reason you voted for that one is because inflation always goes up. No, it's not about politics. Government always reprints the money. That's how inflation goes up. That's what capitalism is. They keep increasing inflation to make you keep paying more and more and more money to keep you enslaved in this currency. It's not about which way you vote, which it's nothing it has nothing to do with that. You have to understand the concept of capitalism. Capitalism is the federal government reprints money every year whenever they want. They increase prices all the time. When is that stopped? Never. It's never stopped. And I remember like when I watched like I was born in the 1970s, but I watched like when I used to watch black and white movies, and I still kind of do sometimes. And they say, oh well, um, they buy like what do they buy? They used to buy like a coffee for a nickel. Like I was like for a nickel, wow, that's like I can buy like 100 coffees for that, even though I don't drink coffee, right? If I wanted to, I don't. Never. Nobody ever drinks. I don't think anybody drinks 100 coffees. But remember those days, or that time period when things costed like a penny, for example, like a piece of candy or something like that. And now a piece of candy costs like it can cost like 50 cents or $1, depending on what you're buying. Right, chocolate, for example. So it's been going up. It's never going to stop. You know, they increase wages, but it's not enough to compensate for the increased prices that keep going up. Yeah, yeah, good comments, man. It's good comments. Mm. Right. Yeah, and the idiocracy, the documentary. Yeah, idiocracy and the documentary. Right. Um, idiocracy is the term idiocracy is sort of a term or sort of an abbreviation of documentary, right? So, um, yeah, I think I get what you're trying to say. I think that's what you're trying to say. I'm not sure if I got that right. Forever Love. So, right. So, let's see. So today's Thursday. Is it Thursday? Yeah, it is Thursday. Yeah, I forget the days now once in a while. I hope David Banner goes live on Saturday. I'd like to, if he opens up his panel, I'd like to have a chat with him. Or if not, I'd like to hear if he's doing okay. Um, I think we all would want to make sure he's doing okay. He's going through some rough stuff right now. Uh, it's a movie, right? See, the thing about movies, and one of the movies, they're fun to watch sometimes, but when I watch a movie, I can see all the lies that are in there, all the little, what I want to say, Easter eggs, where they plant little Easter eggs to keep people symbolically believing in this globe Earth, where they, if they're create a scene, they have the globe in the background. And it's like that globe has nothing to do with the scene, but that's like Forever Love says, that's like programming. There's like symbolically programming people to still make you believe that you live on a ball, on that stupid model globe Earth or the heliocentric model. It's crazy, man. That's why they say, welcome back to your regularly scheduled program, because they're regularly scheduling to program you. It's just, to me, it's funny. I'm sorry, man. Auto suggestions, right? Yeah. It's just, once you see through that, it's like I start laughing sometimes if I watch a movie. Like I went on a live stream to talk about Men in Black. I was starting to watch that movie, or I didn't really want to watch it, but then when I saw uh, the title, I was like, oh my god, Men in Black. And I'm not going to go through it again, but Men in Black is one of the biggest programming movies about selling that aliens are coming to kill us, like these weird looking aliens from different galaxies, different planets. It's just so much programming to keep you scared, to keep you in fear. And then these two people, Men in Black, are supposed to, or the whole Men in Black company is supposed to save you from these weird looking aliens that can turn into humans and then crawl up buildings and jump off and all this stuff. It's just it's just funny, but I had to talk about it because it makes me upset, you know, about the whole thing. So, uh, ape spiders than you ever. Oh, yeah. What are you were the ape you? Um, well, see, I'm starting to get tired, so I'm not gonna last very much longer. I'm starting to yawn now, so I can tell my body's starting to shut down a little bit. But I guess the other thing that when you said ape, it reminded me of the evolution and how we supposedly uh, uh, were apes, were monkeys first, and then they show a picture of the monkey hunched over, and then it starts standing up, standing up, standing up, standing up, standing up, and then all of a sudden the monkey is us now, and we're walking straight up, right? Oh, that's just that whole nonsense of evolution is If evolution was real, why doesn't it still exist? Why aren't no? I don't see any nomads. That's what a nomad is. A nomad is the monkey between the human, where it starts losing its hair and it starts walking almost straight up, and then the nomad turns into a human at some point. If evolution, that's the term evolution. It keeps revolving. It keeps evolutionizing itself. That's whole theory is it's just a theory. It's to make people believe that it's still make people to make people believe that we live on that we came from a an ape, that we grew up in this Big Bang theory. It's all part of the system. Yeah, thank you, Forever Love. Yeah, I'm starting to. I honestly, I've been up since like early afternoon yesterday because I did wake up late. Um, and but the good thing is after I woke up, I ate some food, drank some water. I got I cleaned up, and I decided to go to the store. I went to multiple stores because I started thinking about my journey, and I bought the natural things that I needed. One of them was this flashlight that I showed earlier. The other one I didn't show was these needle nose pliers, which also have other little. I don't know how you pull these out. I didn't really buy it for this. I just bought it for the little knives. It's something that you can carry in your pocket. Serrated knife, right? But it's small, right? And then other like screwdriver. There's a screwdriver in um, one of the flathead uh, screwdrivers. And then on the other side, there's a bigger knife I'm looking at, and then I guess one of them is a can opener. Um, I might, if I have to buy canned food, I might, but I'm not really concerned about that right now. But the reason I bought this was so that um, it'll be easier because when I used to go fishing, I used to have one of these, so I can unhook the fish. I could just hold the fish up with like the bottom lip of that fish so that it keeps his mouth open, right? And I can go in there, especially if it's really deep inside. I feel like I'm at the dentist. Sorry, music world. I know you left because that's what they do. Just open up your mouth, and so normally it's at the roof of their mouth, and I'll just go in, catch the hook, and twist it, unhook it, take it out, and then I'm still carrying the fish with with um with my with the bottom of his mouth so that it keeps him open, and then I can lay it down. I can put it in like a tub of water or something, and then or yeah, I have something ready, and then I can put this back into my fishing gear, and then I'm gonna make sure I try not to fish in the dark, but if I do, here's my trusty flashlight, and I can lay it down, right? I can lay it down, or I can do it like I can do it sideways, or I can do a. This is like an emergency thing where it's blinking, right? Um, and then this is like the sideways. So I don't want to flash it into my stream. It's hurting my eyes. Um, so it's like sideways, so I can lay it down, so it lays down, so I don't have to touch it, and I can see whatever I'm doing with my fishing or whatever. So God, that hurts my eyes, man. Um, so I have all the right now. I have all the tools I need, and again, I showed you the axe and serrated knife, and um, with the axe, I'm going to be able to uh, chop wood. I learned how to chop wood through another channel, where if you just have a knife, right? Like if I just have the serrated knife, what you do is if you want to chop like a big thick piece of lumber, right? Or let's say just a big piece of wood, but you only have like a knife, like a serrated knife or just any smaller knife. What you do is you find other pieces of round wood that are maybe a quarter this size, maybe like this size, and you what you do is you take two of those kind of pieces of wood and you put the here. Let me see if I can show you. I'm not going to be able to show you because I don't have a piece of wood with me. But you take the piece of wood and you put the serrated knife or the knife right in the middle of it, and then once it's in the middle, see, I'll put it this way. Once it's in the middle, you take the other piece of wood, and as you're holding it, you start smashing the piece of wood on this side, and then it keeps coming down, and you keep, without using your hand, you keep pounding with the other piece of wood, and it chops it in half. And I was like, wow, that's smart. And that's how he chopped the other two pieces of wood. And then what he did was he used the serrated knife and made the smaller pieces of wood that he chopped into like oh shoot, I'm gonna cut myself. I just felt that serrated knife. I didn't cut myself. Okay, and he sort of sharpened it to like a really thin, like I don't know what you call it, like a not a screw, like a flat screwdriver. I don't know what you call those. A Phillips screwdriver, which is a flat. And then he takes it and finds a crevice in the really thick piece of log or wood, and he starts with the other without using his serrated knife. He uses the other piece of wood and just starts hammering down on it, and he chopped it in so well. And I was like, man, that it was very smart. That was interesting. So I'm gonna keep learning new techniques of how to live out there. So anyway, I'm gonna see if I can get some sleep. I don't think I will, but I'm gonna try to. I've been yawning a few times now. Um, so, but let's see. I'm gonna see what else going on here. Nope. All right, it's late over here. So thank you all for joining. Zeus Scott, Forever Love, Music Realm. I hope um, you guys have a great day. Music Realm. I wish you the best at the dentist. Don't be scared. I know you're not in here. Um, and let's see anybody. I don't think anybody else joined. So, but thank you for smashing the like. As I always say, um, the algorithm changes because then there have been new people that come in because then then the algorithm changes because then my stream goes on to where people can new people can see, and if they're interested they can come in and and they can we can see what they're coming from, where they're coming from, and hopefully they we can see that they've been lied to, or truths or of our own journey that we've gone through, and we can explain it to them. Zeuscat, thank you so much. Forever Love, thank you, brother. I will absolutely have a nice rest eventually. I love you guys, man. I love you. You guys are great supporters. You guys are great truthers, great people. So, like I always say, take care of yourself and each other and be kind to each other. So, until the next time, take care all. All right, bye.